Breaking news. The leader of the Irun Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Ayodele, has urged President Bola Tinubu to enact the death sentence for anyone caught kidnapping. Primate Ayodele warned that the presidential villa will be infiltrated and top government officials are abducted if Tinubu fails to enact capital punishment for kidnappers. In a statement signed by his media aide Oluwatosin Osho, Primate Ayodele said if the government is truly genuine about putting an end to the kidnapping menace, then there should be immediate death for anyone found guilty of kidnapping. He explained that the terrorists need quick judgment to curb the act, adding that if the government does not take actions like this, then insecurity will increase. According to Ayodele, if the government is so genuine about putting an end to the kidnapping and insecurity in Nigeria, then death sentences should be enacted for kidnappers and terrorists in the country. They should kill anyone caught in these devilish acts. They need quick judgment to curb. So if the government continues to pamper them, if they continue to show them mercy, negotiate with them, then insecurity would continue to increase and top officials will be kidnapped. The Aso Rock isn't safe either. There will be an invasion, an operation by kidnappers, even in the villa, and insecurity will become worse than ever. But if you give them a death sentence, then it will reduce drastically. My country people, insecurity has been a root problem in Nigeria. Before we say we want to curb insecurity, we must first learn the root cause of insecurity. We must understand why insecurity has continued to be a menace in this country. And we also have to enhance our security infrastructure. So the federal government has always promised that, have been making promises that insecurity would end, that they are working on it, they are doing their very best to make sure they end insecurity, yet insecurity still persists even in 2024. This insecurity has been a long-time challenge in federal government, and the government needs to understand the seriousness of these security challenges we are facing in this country. But then Primate Ayodele has given a prediction that he knows that if this is not stopped, if this doesn't stop, then there will be an invasion of the Aso Rock by kidnappers. Since the president feels, oh, he's secured and they won't approach the Aso Rock villa, then he is wrong. If he doesn't do the rightful thing, then certainly there will be an invasion in the Aso Rock villa and nothing can stop that except they start putting these words into law by making sure there is an immediate sentencing or an immediate death sentence of kidnappers, those that are found guilty of it, those that are proven guilty, they should be sentenced to death. There should be no negotiation because we know our country to be lawless. Most times, bandits, terrorists, Boko Harams are being captured. There will be a negotiation and they will send them to the rehabilitation center. And afterwards, they will be released back into the society under the guise of repentant Boko Haram terrorists. Repentant terrorists. You can imagine. That is the system our governments have been using to, to protect these guys. Yet, they are fighting those that are not even a threat to the national security, to the security in this nation. So, my country people, if these kidnappers and bandits and so on should invade the Aso Rock villa, then it is over for Nigeria. It is certainly over for Nigeria because it would be an eyesore. It would be an eyesore that kidnappers invade the Aso Rock villa, the most protected and secured building in the whole Nigeria. If it would be very unfortunate that they would invade the Aso Rock villa. And this would send so many signals to both investors, foreigners, that it is obvious that Nigeria is no longer safe. Because if there should be an invasion in the Aso Rock, then what's the president saying? when he goes out of the country trying to sway investors, foreigners, to come invest in this country, they will tell the president that you have not secured Abuja, the FCT. You did not secure the Aso Rock Villa, and you are telling investors to come. Now, how will their investments be secured when the president cannot secure his own country, not to talk of securing the FCT and the Aso Villa? So, my country people, what are your thoughts on this? However, Nigerians have reacted. Well, this is a welcome development. Truly, kidnappers deserve death sentence. It will curb insistent kidnapping and criminal activities in Nigeria. Advise Mr. President to endorse death for those criminals. That is where kidnappers will make their field day with billion ransoms demand for those kidnapped in the Aso Villa. Now we are tired of these prophecies. Abeg, pray so that all these things will be over. Now, how can you talk of insistent death for a sinner instead of a room for repentance? Can you hear yourself? May God grant President Tinubu the political will to enable him overcome this insecurity foisted on us by the previous administration. Being the commander-in-chief of armed forces of about 250 million population should not be underestimated. The capacities, the capabilities of these non-state actors and their tactics of spreading their tentacles of political violence across the nation to stretch thin the army and the police to instill fear in the life of the people. Well, it is not by death sentence. Let the president do something reasonable to make people better, to not allow citizens die in hunger. Pastor, please pray for their invading in Aso Rock. At least they will help the foreign citizens they've been kidnapping. Okay, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. We ought to hear more solutions to this insecurity we are facing in the nation. There are so many problems we are facing. We are facing insecurity, inflation, food problems, hunger, food crisis, bandits roaming free, assassinating people, going away. We are facing so many vices, and they need to be a tangible solution. Yet so many solutions have been given by so many people of great wisdom, but then the federal government is yet to implement on those solutions that has been offered by so many people. So what we need is more actions than mere words. Primate Ayodele has just given his own prediction on what he sees will befall the Aso Rock Villa if the president does not take necessary actions now. I'm dropping here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.